This has obviously been an eventful week for Jordan. I'm just curious overall, just how you think he's handled everything that's come his way. And also, was there a moment maybe within the week you thought like, man, do we need to get him a day off or anything like that? And I mean, what does that say about him that you never did think that?
I mean, there's a reason Jordan is where he is right now, especially when you consider where he was coming out of Michigan as, late first round pick, struggling his first few months in the league. There's a reason he's in this position, about to, sign a big extension, hopefully. And guy's tough. He's just mentally tough. He's physically tough. He's ultra confident in his game, and he showed it tonight.
He's known as this super hard worker. What kind of growth have you seen from, end of the finals until now in Jordan?
I don't think there's anything noticeably different. I mean, he had a great playoff run for us and made huge shots. And, the thing I've told him is that I would like to play him a lot more in this year's playoffs. I think he played 17 minutes a game. So the improvement has to come at the defensive end. And I think it will come. He works really hard in the weight room. Our strength coaches tell me he's one of our strongest players. So it's really a matter of continuing his progression defensively. Offensively, we saw last year what he's got, and that continues. He showed that tonight. So none of that surprised me. As good as he was, I thought we saw that a lot last year. So it's really at the defensive end that will determine, can he take another leap and become an all-star player.
How do you think that Kuminga Wiseman defended Anthony Davis?
Well, Anthony was fantastic tonight. I mean, he got going, knocked down a couple of threes. He's obviously a really tough cover. So he picked up a couple of early fouls on Loon. And then, we gave James a little time on him. So it was a great learning experience for our young guys to have to guard, someone who's one of the best bigs in the league. So we'll take a look at the film. We'll show those guys, clips individually tomorrow, and they'll learn from tonight for sure.
There were a handful of times where Jordan and James had a really nice two-man game going. What have you thought about the growth of that this training camp and preseason and what it can become?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really intriguing pick and roll combination. James has gotten much better this preseason in terms of his spacing and his awareness of when to dive and, when to be in the dunker spot, when to come up and set a step up. All those things are really based on timing and awareness. And given that this was his first training camp, it makes a lot of sense, that he's, seeing those things better and recognizing them. So, he's such a lob threat around the rim that a pick and roll combination with Jordan should be a good one.
When it comes to Jordan Poole, Moses Moody was very complimentary of just his professionalism in the wake of everything that's kind of happened this week. And I'm just wondering, how exciting is it for you to have a guy like Jordan and his leadership and his confidence, kind of be the leader of this next young wave?
It's a fine, you're better than that, It's preseason for everybody, though, I guess, even Raymond. I think, what's exciting with Jordan is that he's a shot creator, and there's so much value to that in the league. You have to have someone who can break down the defense and create a shot, either for himself or for a teammate. And so to be able to see that from Jordan over the last couple of years, see him blossoming, confidence growing, he's someone we're going to rely on for many years to come. And that's exciting. So we got a lot of good young players, but, Jordan is by far the most advanced, and we're going to lean on him heavily now and well into the future.
Coach, we talk about
how players work on their games over the summer, adding a 3-pointer, getting better on defense. As a coach, are there specific areas that you look to improve on over this summer and even into this training camp?
In terms of just anything?
Just as as a coach, things that you feel you could get better at.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing right now is turnovers. We had 13 in the first half. Tonight we had, I think, 14 in the first half in Tokyo, the second game. So we're turning the ball over way too much, and that's always an important statistic for us. If we can win the possession battle, we always like our chance to win the game just because of our firepower, our 3-point shooting. So that's a big factor. And I think defensively, we haven't been great. We gave up 124 points, 50% shooting, 17 threes. So our defense has to get a lot better.
Jonathan handled the ball tonight a little more than he did in Tokyo. Is there an emphasis on him distributing, screening, creating for others?
No, just the nature of the game.
You kind of alluded to Jordan's extension a little bit earlier, possible extension. How nice will that be for you and, for him potentially to get that out of the way, whatever does happen? And how much would you like to see him just kind of, I guess, settled in long term?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things our staff always feels like it's our job to help these guys become the best players that they can become. And we want them to do well financially and take care of their families. And, that's all part of this job, is putting these guys in a great position to succeed, on and off the court. And so I think we're all excited for Jordan, the position he's in. We'll see, whether something gets done or not. But I'm thrilled for him, because you always root for the guys who put the work in, and he has put as much work into this over the last few years as anybody. And so it's exciting for him and exciting for us, and we hope something gets done.
A couple of questions for you. How was Jordan's off-ball game being? I see you moving him off a little bit, maybe running Dante at some point. What do you think of that development? And secondly, how do you feel about your point guard situation? Obviously, you have Steph, you have Jordan, but you like other guys to handle the ball too, to move those guys off. Where do you think you sit as a point guard?
Yeah, Jordan's learning from the best ever in terms of being able to play on and off the ball. So he's got a good feel for running off screens, off the ball, and getting himself open. He did a lot of that in college too. So he's got a nice balance to his game. And I like Dante handling the ball. He's a really good secondary ball handler, pick and roll player, really good passer. So those two guys are a good combination. I think Dante can play some point also. So you're looking at Steph, Jordan, Dante, all with the ability to play the one. And then, Draymond handles the ball a lot, obviously. So does Andre when he's out there. So we've got a lot of options there.
Juan was back at Chase Center tonight. Obviously, did you get a chance to talk to him?
I did. It was great to see him. Just a huge fan of Juan's, and he was an important player for us here the last couple of years, and it was fun to see him. And I'm excited that he'll be here on ring night, and we'll be able to present him with his championship ring, and that'll be a great night. Thanks.